Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday morning, June 29th. Quite an active weather pattern overall. We'll start off this morning by taking a look at the tropical situation in the Atlantic basin. There are a couple of areas of interest. Plenty of chances of showers and thunderstorms across much of the eastern half of the nation and the southwestern part of the nation with that monsoonal flow of air. And we'll talk about that as well over the next several minutes here. First of all, two or three areas of interest right now that I want to focus in on. First of all, this is the main disturbance we're tracking here in the tropical region, and it looks like it's going to maintain its generally westerly track, pretty much sideswipe Venezuela and affect the northern tip of Colombia. On its way right here into Central America, probably Nicaragua gets hit by this particular cyclone. It looks like it does not have much of a chance to turn to the north and west and impact the southeastern part of the U.S. Continues on a westerly track right towards Central America over the next few days. Meanwhile, another area of disturbance to its south and east, and we'll continue to track this. Again, it's a very southern starting point, so not all that much of a threat for the United States at this particular time. This area is of interest, though, and it certainly will have an impact on the southeastern part of Texas. This will slowly drift to the west over the next 24 hours or so, and likely come inland late tonight into the day on Thursday and spread some heavy rainfall along the southeastern part of Texas, right in this region right here. Whether or not it becomes a named system, probably will not become a named tropical storm, can reach tropical depression status, but whether or not that even happens, what is certain is that there will be some heavy rainfall from this particular system right across the southeastern coastline of Texas. And here's how the National Hurricane Center sees these particular tropical waves this morning. Again, this is probably the strongest system right now. It continues to move on a westerly track. This is Venezuela right here, Colombia right here. It looks like it goes right along the northern part of Colombia, and then right into this direction, Nicaragua right here in Central America, not likely to take a turn up into the Gulf of Mexico. Here is the western Gulf of Mexico system that certainly will produce some heavy rainfall right in this part of Texas over the next 12 to 36 hours or so. Whether or not that becomes a tropical depression or perhaps a named tropical storm, unlikely. But it can't be completely ruled out right now. It doesn't matter in terms of rainfall. There will be some significant rain in that part of Texas. Another wave that we talked about on the southeastern side of tropical cyclone number 2 here could turn to the west-northwest towards the Caribbean over the next couple of days, and we'll keep an eye on that. Well, let's now focus on the continental United States, and again, we talked about this tropical system in the western part of the Gulf of Mexico, and here is the rainfall over the next 5 days as depicted by NOAA's Weather Prediction Center. Total agreement with this. There will be some significant rainfall along the southeastern coast of Texas from that particular tropical system. A lot of rainfall throughout the rest of the southern states as well, and continuation of some monsoonal type rainfall across the southwestern part of the nation. We talked about this the other day. This is a little bit early. Usually a monsoonal flow of air causes some elevated thunderstorms in the southwestern part of the U.S. during July and especially in August, but here we are at the end of June. A continuation of a monsoonal flow of air with moisture feeding in from off the Pacific Ocean. Again, this is a forecast map for the next 5 days, so a continuation of monsoonal type rainfall in the southwest U.S. Really the only area without rainfall over the next 5 days to speak of is California and Nevada here in the western part of the nation, but some rainfall across the northern states and a decent amount of rain in the mid-Atlantic region. We'll talk about that over the next few minutes. There can be some shower and thunderstorm activity this upcoming holiday weekend. Well, let's start off by looking at the 0Z GFS 500 millibar vorticity field. A lot of flow in the northern part of the U.S., not so much across the southern part. Kind of a typical summer-like pattern here as we are in the early stages of the summer season. By the way, You step outside this morning in the Mid-Atlantic region, you smell some smoke, and indeed there's some wildfire smoke coming down from southern Canada across the Great Lakes into the Mid-Atlantic region this morning. Again, you'll notice some wildfire smoke coming from northern plains, southern part of Canada. There is a little disturbance over the Great Lakes, and it's not out of the question that it generates a few scattered late day and evening showers and thunderstorms in the northeastern part of the nation. So be on the lookout for that. Isolated to scattered at best from this particular system. Again, late today into tonight. And then we'll move forward here. And the big story is the heat and humidity will build up in the Mid-Atlantic region over the next couple of days after a very comfortable day on Tuesday. Still, still pretty comfortable today with relatively low humidity levels as well in the Mid-Atlantic region. But that humidity picks up later on tonight, especially into the day on Thursday. And by Friday, we'll be hot and humid in the Mid-Atlantic region. Let's go towards the end of the work week. Here we are by Friday morning. Pretty hot and humid day on Friday. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, probably high temperatures, 90 to 95 degrees. Dew points climbing compared to today and yesterday, back up into the 60s and maybe even the lower 70s for dew points by Friday afternoon. Then we head into the upcoming weekend, and there'll be a frontal system. Here we are on Saturday morning. Notice a general west-east flow of air aloft. That is not good news in terms of being able to push through a cold frontal system in the Mid-Atlantic region this upcoming weekend. Indeed, there'll be kind of a west to east oriented frontal system that sags slowly southward through the upcoming weekend. So indeed that will cause a threat of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. Not an all-day type of rain, but scattered showers and thunderstorms. And with this west to east type flow in the upper part of the atmosphere, what we call a zonal flow, west to east, that front will not come blasting through and clear on out of here by Sunday. It looks like there certainly can be some lingering showers and thunderstorms in the Mid-Atlantic region on Sunday. Probably not as likely as Saturday. Then it gets even better looking for Monday, the 4th of July. But here we are with the frontal system still kind of nearby, so somewhat unsettled on Sunday as well. By the time we get to Monday, not totally in the clear, but probably the best chance of rain-free conditions will come on Monday in the Mid-Atlantic region. The greatest chance of rainfall looks like Saturday, kind of a mixed bag, a mixed look on Sunday, but very, very hot weather continues across the Tennessee Valley right into the upcoming weekend and into the early part of next week. This is the forecast map for the midday on Monday, the 4th of July. Hot weather across the Tennessee Valley, supported by this upper level ridge here, and that hot weather will extend from Texas all the way to the southeastern part of the nation. Probably the 80s on Monday in the Mid-Atlantic region. No excessive heat up in the northeastern part of the nation, as long as that ridge stays centered over the Tennessee Valley. So a lot going on, still an active weather pattern across the CONUS, Continental US, and we're keeping an eye on the tropics. Most of the activity stays well to the south of the U.S., except for tropical system right now in the western Gulf of Mexico. It certainly brings some heavy rainfall to Texas, southeastern part of Texas, over the next 12 to 36 hours or so. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.